Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is our next Saturday with Stacy, YouTube class number 539. Welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here with me. You're going to have to keep me awake. I am seriously jet lagged right now and my eyes just want to go take a nap, but not until today's class is done. Oh no, no, no. I just returned home from Germany from Creative World, where I thought I would have time to do so much more, but it was crazy busy and well, I did the best I could. I'm glad to be home. I am so glad to be home and back here with you for our normal Saturday with Stacy classes that premiere 8 a.m. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. So what do I have for you today? I have some lovelies for you today. This is a super fun technique-based class. It is commercial free, it is full length, and I have studio light, I have Marianne designs, I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And when we're all done, it makes a beautiful package with a lovely bow right on top. No, there's no bow, but theoretically, we pull it all together at the end and bam, magic happens. I also have winner chicken dinner to talk about, and these two lovely ladies have won a $25 gift card that is already in their online account. Congratulations to you. I'm so excited. $25, gosh, you might be able to get quite a few things here today if you want to use it on the YouTube Yummies category. I have got, like I said, Marianne and Studio Light. I've got some of my Jacquard inks going on. I have the stencil and stamp tool from Sizzix. There's just a whole bunch of goodness. But how do you know if you're a winner chicken dinner? Well, I have to read your name off and then we have to do the dance. The dance? Yes, there's a dance. And how do you get a chance to be a winner chicken dinner? Well, all you have to do is post your comment below. Look down. There's a place below me to leave a comment. If you are joining me during the live chat, which is in the morning, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom every Saturday, live chat comments do not count. So if you are typing over here, I want to be a winner, here's my comment. No, copy it, paste it below, and then once we approve it, you will go into the running to be a winner and receive a $25 gift card that you can spend on anything that makes your heart happy. Whether you want to be, I don't know, practical with it and get adhesives or cardstock, or you want to be fun with it and try something that you wouldn't normally give yourself permission to buy. Being that it's free, well, here's your opportunity. Now, I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to read Winner Chicken Dinner, and then we will get started for today. I am home from Germany. I am not home for very long. I turn around and go right back to the United Kingdom in about 3 weeks. Huh? And then we turn around and we go to Creativation at the end of March. It is just bing, bang, boom. All sorts of stuff coming your way, and I can't wait to start to share it with you. If you love today's class, don't forget to join me on Mondays for our Make It Monday event, where we offer you an incredible value, usually $80 to $100 worth of product for $19.99. Then we have our Take Two Tuesdays, where I change my hat from Stacy Scrapbooking Made Simple hat off to Stacy Licensed Designer for Sizzix and Jacquard. The backdrop changes. I have a wall in another room where I do my videos, so it has the Sizzix backdrop. So that's on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays we have New For You Thursdays, where we bring you the latest and greatest from manufacturers. All three of those are at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's talk winner chicken dinner, because I literally can feel my eyelids getting heavy. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning like, hello, I'm awake. Anybody else awake? Because I'm awake. Jet lag, it's a real thing. All right, our first winner is Tracy. Hello, Tracy Friedman. Is this you? Congratulations, Tracy. You're a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Wahoo Kachoo for you. So excited for you, but you are not alone. I have Karen Scannell. Hello, Karen Scannell. Congratulations. You also have won a $25 gift card here to Scrapbooking Made Simple. And the crowd goes wild. So, ladies, we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance, and that means you need to sit up straight, elbows back, and we have to do our winner chicken dinner song. Are you ready? Join in, everybody. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope you enjoy your $25 and spend it any way that makes your heart happy, practical or not. All right, today it's all about Marianne Designs, and Marianne Designs is an international company. They are overseas, and that means I am limited as to what I can buy. And everything I bought is good. Wait till you see the samples. Oh my gosh. I have a couple I Want It All bundles. One of them is going to be for the 3 masks from Studio Light. And then another I Want It All bundle will be for just the toppers from Marianne. And I want to say the 3 toppers is, they're $3.75 for all 3. Okay? You're going to get all 3 for $3.75. And then I have an I Want It All on Marianne dies, with the exception of one. There is one die that we held out of the I Want It All because I could only get a few. Now the I Want It All bundles we also have, I think we have less than 100 of, and the other die that I have way less than that. But it's so good that I had to bring it to you. I mean, you have to see it. Maybe you don't get it from us. Maybe you find it someplace else. Absolutely. Shop frequently and everywhere. Perhaps your local independent retailer has some of this product. I encourage you to go visit them and shop with them first. And then if they don't have everything you're looking at or looking for, then come online, and whether it be with Scrapbooking Made Simple or another favorite online retailer. But if you're lucky enough to have that independent, walk into that store and say, gosh, I really like this. Could you order it for me? And you never know. Chances are they're going to say yes. All right, so I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I'm going to start with the masks from Studio Light and show them to you. Work with them for just a little bit, and then we will move into the Marianne product because the samples were made with all of it. And when you see why I bought the masks, you'll see there was a reason why I had to have them, even though they're not by Marianne. All right, are you ready to tilt down? Me too. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for following me during Germany. Sorry I didn't get much done. I really didn't. But I'm home now, and I've got lots and lots to share with you as the months come and the new product arrives. Swoon over some of it. Oh my gosh. I had a whole suitcase full of it that I brought home, and my goodness, the SMS girls lost their minds when they saw it. That's a good thing. All right, let's tilt down. Let me show you some samples. Down we go. Hello, everybody. I am Stacy. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple. I am the owner, and this is our Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 539. Okay, so Marianne. First off, they make this beautiful die. We have done a die with them before. It had more of a rectangular shape. Oh my gosh, it sold out so fast, and unfortunately our inventory count, what they shipped us was just a few off. I can't reorder these. So what I have here is what I have. They're kind of like a one and done company. And then this beautiful center, well, wait, that's part of the $3.75 deal. So there's one. Then two. Look at the background. The background is actually a mask from Studio Light. And look at the florals. These are all from Marianne. Aren't they beautiful? And those are part of the I Want It All bundle. Gorgeous. And then three. Holy smokes, artichokes. Oops, I put my hand on this one. There we go. Holy smokes, artichokes. Look at how stunning is this. Again, there's that die from Marianne that works with the Marianne toppers. And this is a topper, and wait till you see how easy it is to use. So, all the product is available in-store, online. Our in-store we're only open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you're watching this on Saturday or Sunday and you want to come in and shop, you'll have to wait until we get back on Monday. But you're welcome to give us a call and we'll hold the product for you, or you're welcome to shop online right now, whether you be local or far, far away. Okay, so I think I've got some. Now I'm going to start with the 3 stencils, and we are limited on the stencils as well. They're pretty unique. They're by Studio Light. I have all 3 of them. This is the one that did the background for that floral. Isn't it beautiful? And I think I will start with I think I'm going to start with the square. So let me pull it out. And this is it. It's a very interesting material. It's not your typical stencil material. It does have a line down the center. I suppose if you wanted to cut it, you could cut it into 2 pieces, and that would give you, and I suppose we could. Should we try? I mean, I can always open up another one, right? I suppose we could cut it and then, well, I don't know. I'm going to wait. I'm indecisive. So we're going to play with this today. And what's really cool about it is that they layer into each other. So this one will layer into here, and this one will layer into there. And as a mask, as a stencil, it gives you an opportunity to add color to something without using cardstock. I really like them, and you will see why I chose them once we get to the Marianne toppers. There was a definite reason. Now for this, I am going to go ahead and use my stencil and stamp tool by Sizzix. So I'm going to bring it on over, and I'm going to take the lid off. I'm not going to need the lid because I'm not going to be stamping with it at all. So I can put my lid over there. If I was going to be stamping today, I would use my lid, and it makes a stamp press, a stamp positioner. But today I just need my stencil. I'm not even sure that I'm going to use my stencil alignment tool because I'm not layering, and I am going to need to move this around to some different areas. So I'm not even positive I'm going to use that. I can tell you that I am going to change my sticky grid. I've had this sticky grid, the same sticky grid on since I did my do's and don'ts of the Sizzix stencil and stamp tool. So I had, this is an A4 sheet of sticky grid. It comes with the tool. When you first get it, you get 1 sheet and you put it down, and I suppose it's sticky, but I mean, it's really getting, I've got like eraser on it, and I've got ink on it, and I guess what the biggest problem is I've got embossing powder on it, and that's kind of taking away from some of the sticky. So once you've used the one that comes with it, then you buy the next set. And Sizzix sells the A4 sticky grid in a pack of 5. We'll have it on a YouTube Yummy. It's something that you will eventually need. I love that they were wise enough to put this little handhold here so you can pull it apart. And sticky grid is just this glorified Post-it note that has the stick 'em on both sides. I'm gonna pull the liner. One side has got a grid and one side does not. I'm gonna pull the liner off the side that does not have the grid because that's going to be my bottom. Okay, so this is going to stick right to my plastic. And I'm just gonna line it right on up. They've given you like a little guide, but it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just gonna get it close enough. And then they've also given you this little divot right here, this little thumb to get in so that you can pull the rest of your sticky grid liner off. But when it comes time to take the whole sticky grid off, it's easy just to get right under there and pull it up. So I'm going to take off the top liner, and that's going to expose my sticky grid. Now I leave mine exposed all the time, and I don't try to re-put my liner on top. You can absolutely save this liner and put it back on top. It will be hard for it to stay in place. It will want to curl. But if you do put it back on top, just so that you keep dust and, well, embossing powder off your sticky grid, once you put your lid on, it will hold that liner in place. I'm a girl who just kind of goes with it, so I generally do not keep my liner, and I just let my lid do the best it can by keeping everything off dusty. But like I said, the other sticky grid that I used, I had since the do's and don'ts of the stencil and stamp platform tool, and that was quite a while ago, and it still was holding everything. So now that I've got this done, I'm going to bring over a piece of paper, and my paper is going to be held by the sticky grid. So I can't move the paper, and when I'm ready to pull it up, I pull it up, and if I need to put it back down, I put it back down. And like I said, the sticky grid is going to stay sticky for quite some time. Then I have my stencil from Studio Light, and I kind of have to decide how it is I want to use it. Do I want to go here? Do I just want to do a big one in the center? How about we just play for a little bit, and with no expectation of doing anything? How about we just play for a little bit? So I think I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to press my stencil in place. And because it's on the sticky grid, it's also going to hold my stencil. I'm not going to try and use the alignment tool that the stencil and stamp platform comes with, because I know I'm going to need to move it around, and the alignment tool isn't going to be necessary at this point. I am going to absolutely have to use Post-it notes, because Studio Light tends to put everything on one stencil. So I want to make sure that if I don't want to get in here and get these other little stencil areas, I want to mask them off, hide them. See, I don't want to get my paper. I'm going to hide it. And I think for the first few, I think I'm just going to play so you see how to use these. So there's my main, I've got my main square. And I'm gonna grab some ink. So I think I'm gonna use my Red Delicious, which is part of the Stacy Park brand of dye-based inks. This is a dye-based water reactive ink that also, when used in a certain way, will let you emboss with it. It is a felt pad, not a foam pad, so that you can really get in there and get some ink on your blending brush or your blending tool, but not so much ink that it's going to kind of saturate too much. You have a little bit more control with this when it's a felt pad. And of course I have reinkers to go with it. So let me grab my blending brush, and I might even bring over my blending tool. Let's see, make sure I can get everything in here. And so I've got my blending mat from Woodware. This is just a portion of it. The blending mat from Woodware is actually an A4 size that I've cut up. And all this does is allow me to kind of put my ink down, tap it off, and then I can come back and grab it as I need to use it. And it allows me to go in there and get good all over coverage. So I want to make this one pretty dark. So I'm going to pick up some color, and I'm really going to get that saturation really good. Now, because it's water reactive, I could spritz it with some water and you'd end up with those cute little drops. I could palette paint with it because it likes water. I think I'm going to go even a little darker. And I'm over here picking up my color. That way I'm not wasting any of my color. I used to tap off on my Post-it note, but then I was losing half the color that I was putting on my blending brush. So now I just come in and I can pick up the rest of the color right off it and go in and add. All right, I think that looks pretty good. A nice true red. Do you know how many colors there are of red? Anybody have a Pantone book like I do? Holy smokes, artichokes. All right, so I've got my first little square. And I can pull my stencil on up. And there, I've got a perfectly nice square stencil. Done. Then I could bring the larger stencil down. I always start with the smaller stencil and do a darker color and then come back with the larger stencil. And the reason I do that is because if I start with the larger stencil and then I move to the smaller, it's difficult for me to see how to line it up. So if I did the larger one first and then I moved my smaller one on top, there's no window for me to see if I've aligned it properly. So if I start with my larger one or my smaller one and then move into my larger one, I can see how to line it up so that I have that matte, which is what it wants to make. And then give a good press. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to mask again because I don't want it all over my white paper. And I'm just using Post-it notes. Doesn't have to be anything more than that. I'm going to put one here because I've got an open space there and I don't want to do my paper. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to come back with my red and I'm going to go just a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do a super light. Ah, see, I should have masked there. Chances are I went ahead and I got my paper, but we'll do it now. I just want a super light. You think that's good? So now I can pick everything up. And it has layered into each other. The stencils are very, very helpful. They call them masks. I don't know why. They're more of a stencil than they are a mask, but they're very, very useful because they do nest into each other. And with just a little bit of color, you've got the opportunity. Now I could cut this out. I could trim it down. I could make something out of it. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it, but I really want to show you how they're used. So what if I grab another sheet of paper and I put it down and I bring over my Studio Light mask and maybe I do this one. Maybe way down here. And I'm going to mask everything off so I don't get it anywhere on my white paper. And I think I'll just go in with my red again. And add some color. Okay, that goes off, so that won't get my white paper. And I'm just kind of using what's on the side. And I'm just doing a nice light color. Okay. I think that's good. And then I think I might do these down here. So I'm gonna maybe mask right there. And maybe mask up here, just to kind of keep the ink off of my sticky grid. So here my little square comes off my paper, and I'm just gonna put the mask there. Now if there gets ink on my sticky grid, it's not the end of the world. My sticky grid is still going to stick. But as long as I've got the Post-it notes already in my hand, why not? And I think I'll come in again with just a little bit of red. So we are on a main street here in Canyon Country, California. So sirens are the norm for us. All right, I think that's okay. Now let's see what I've got. Pull it all up. And now I can start moving it around and building my own pattern. So now what if I come over maybe here? And I'm gonna do those, but I'm gonna do them in a different color. Let's grab some yellow. Let's see how yellow looks. So I'm gonna grab our yellow curry. I'm going to grab my yellow brush. I'm going to mask off because I don't want to get, I don't want it here. I don't want it here. I don't want it here. There. And now I'm going to go in with some yellow curry and let's ink again. And I'm just blending it with the red that's already on there. Okay, that's good. Let's see what I've got. Ooh, can you see what I'm doing? And then maybe I bring it, right here and mask away. So one stencil, but an amazing amount of uses with it. And I think I'm going to keep with my yellow. And pull it. And I'm building color. Can you see what I've got going on? Can you see what I'm laying down? Are you picking it up? And then let's move this. And I can rotate it any way I want, which is very convenient. Maybe I move it right there. And there is no right, there is no wrong. It's only white paper. I'm just playing, making amazing backgrounds. And I'm going to keep with my yellow. And then pull it up. And I think the last one I'm gonna do is maybe this way. Down just a little. And I think I'm going to go back to my red. And I'm going to do some serious red. And let's see what we get. So I know I don't want to cover up I don't want any dark red there. And I don't want any dark red here. And let's just make sure there. And then here. And then let's get my red out again. So here's my yellow. Here's my red. Let's bring red dandelion back. And let's add some color. Like Wahoo Kachoo color. And then let's pull it up. Ooh, I like it. And then let's put it down. Close to the edge. I think that'll be close enough. And let's go red, red, red. Red, red, red. Pretty. And then maybe here. Or there. And you can just be moving this around a simple white piece of paper. The background can be made for anything, all depending on what colors you use. What do we think? I think right there. And all I want are the two. I just want those two right there. And the sticky grid is holding my paper. The sticky grid is holding my stencil. And because I'm moving it around so much, I'm not using the alignment tool. Ooh, what do we think? Right? Isn't that easy and fun? And remember, I used just two colors. So I used my Red Delicious as the light pink, and I just used very light saturation. Then I added some yellow, but I went ahead and let the yellow mix in with the red that was already on the stencil. And then I came back and did full color. These stencils are so amazing and so simple to use. And you can do this. You got this. This is well done. No worries. Do I want to come back on this one and then grab one of these? Maybe I'll do a different color combination. I'm looking at the toppers. So definitely more pinky. But that one might work. Let's see, what if I came in with a slightly smaller one? But I think that will end up covering it. That'll end up covering it. I'm going to cut this one out and see what we get. So this was the first one we did, and I'm just going to trim it out. And then what if I took this topper right here? So these are toppers from Marianne. I have 3 different ones. These are the ones you get all 3 for $3.75. They do not punch out on their own. You will have to die cut or fussy cut them. I'm going to take this one. And I'm just going to trim it on out. And then trim it on down. Now you would use a trimmer. I'm just freehanding it. And let's put this there. And see how everything mats together? Those stencils are the perfect mat for these. And do I want to add a little bit of color behind it, maybe? Maybe a little bit of color behind it. Do I like the mirror? I don't think I want the satin. This is Opulent Paper by Sizzix. And maybe I just, oh, well, my gosh. That's almost too good to be true. I think that's what we're going to go with, because my goodness, that's almost too good to be true. So Opulent Paper is by Sizzix. It is specialty paper. You have 5 different specialty finishes on your papers, from glitter to a pearlescent, a metal finish, a little bit of everything. And it's beautifully made and for a wonderful price. I think I'm going to lay this down before I cut it out. So some double-sided tape. This is Stacy tape. It is a double-sided adhesive. It is a little bit longer, a little bit stronger than most double-sided tapes, and it's very affordable. line it up. And I just want a tiny little border, not too much. Oh, maybe that's too tiny. Let's try that again. Ooh, I hope that wasn't an accident. It's probably a little bigger than I wanted, but I can trim it down. So the studio light comes in 3 different masks. You've got the circles, you've got the squares, and then you've got a kind of a plaid background. The circles and the squares work brilliantly with the toppers from Marianne, just brilliantly. You'd almost think that the 2 companies talk to each other, but I know they didn't, but they did a great job for not talking to each other. And then I can put this in there, and I'm good to go. And I didn't use a lot of paper, so there's not a lot of height to it. Keeps things flat, easy to mail, yet you've got the what looks like matting. And then I think we'll save this. We may use this a little bit later. I'm not 100% sure. But we do have this one to play with. And maybe I want to do one in a circle as well. So let's open up the circle mask real quick. And we're going to do a wash, rinse, and repeat. This time I'm going to use the circle. So I'm going to get rid of my Post-it notes because I'll probably change my color up. And I'm not going to cut it. I know it gives you that line if you want to cut, but I think I'm just going to leave it whole. And let's grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to clean off my mat. And if I wanted to clean off my stencil, I would just use a baby wipe. Cleans up nice and easy. And let's bring my stencil tool back, and let's grab a piece of paper, and let's do a wash, a rinse, and a repeat. So do I start with a big one? Now these are all going to nest into each other, but I think I just want to make a super cool background. Well, I think I should just start. And mask off all my white paper that I don't want to accidentally get ink on. And I'll just keep using these masks again and again. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to do the big circle right there. And maybe we do it in the Admiral Blue. So I'm going to go in there and kind of keep it a little light. And build my color. All right, I think that's good. Pull it up. And now I'm going to start moving them around. Maybe we go here and mask off. I think I just want to do these right there and grab my Admiral Blue and so a totally different color combination. All right, see, and I waste no ink by using a blending mat by Woodware. I waste no ink. I can pick it all up and just keep using it. Okay, so now I've got there and maybe one more in the light blue. Maybe here. And then maybe we'll change our color. Oh. All right, just add a little bit of color to it and move on. I got my line. And then what other color should we do? Maybe the teal deal? All right, good. I think that looks good. Now let's come back and do some other colors. I think I'll do that. And let's change up our color. But I'm not going to clean my stencil. I'm not going to worry about it. So I think I want teal. So we'll put our Admiral Blue back, grab our teal. All right, I think that's good. Let's lift it up. Yay! And let's keep adding a little bit of our teal. So my paper's being held down with that sticky grid. The Post-it notes are masking off anything I don't want to get colored. And now I'm building in that color into my final design. And I'm just randomly deciding where to put my additional colors. I'm not trying to give it too much thought at all. Think long, think wrong. Right now, the only thing I have used is white paper and some ink. I'm just gonna let it be and see what happens. And pull up. I'm so loving these. and pull up. And I think just because I can, I will do what I did with the last one. I'll come in maybe just a little bit of teal up here. Tiny little bit of teal. Just to say we have some up there, just so it balances just a little bit. Tiny little bit of teal up at the top. What do we think? And then I think I'll come back and bring my Admiral Blue back and just put some dark. There, tiny little bit of teal. Great. Now let's put my teal zeal. There we go. Back, and I've got my Admiral Blue. Let's bring that back and let's just make some of this a little darker. Every here and there, just a little bit darker. And I'm not going to clean my stencil, I'm just going to go for it. I'm looking for a little bit of white and a little bit of crossover. And let's grab that blue. Hello, blue. Where'd you? There you are. We're getting there. And I think I'll do maybe a little bit. Right there, that one's smaller, yeah. Smaller, yeah. Maybe a little bit right there. So making your own backgrounds with these, and then I'm going to take them and we're going to make them more than what they are. So let's go in and go dark, dark, dark. Dark, dark, dark. Full saturation of color. Pull it up. And maybe just a little bit over here. Dark, dark, dark. Pull it up. And maybe just a little bit up here at the top. Then I think we can move on, because that'll give me two to play with. think my Post-it notes have about had it. I know, but it just needs a little bit. Right there. Okay, I'm done. So now I have 2. In 2 different colors. Yay! Throw my Post-it notes away. Move my stencils out of the way. I can lift this up and lay it right back down again. Put my stencil tool right out of the way. And let's see, I think I am going to take one of the dies from Marianne. So this die allows you to make what looks like little strings coming off. It's really meant almost for wax seals is the idea behind it. But, well, we're gonna use it with those toppers. And it comes with the little matting dies. So you have 1, 2, 3 matting dies and then a heart should you so choose to use it. We're not gonna use the heart this time, but I am gonna come in here and I think I'm going to cut a few of these so I can decide where I want it to land. And I'm going to do both of these. So let's move my ink out of the way and let's grab some paper. I do have charcoal and I do have rose gold over here. So again, with the Opulent paper by Sizzix, it's 5 different sheets of specialty paper. So you've got a mirror, a pearl, a brushed metal, a satin or a matte, and a glitter. And there's 10 sheets of each for a total of 50 sheets. And they make lots of different colors of Opulent. Oodles of different colors. And this week we're featuring the charcoal and the rose gold. So do I want to use the rose gold with this one? The copper's, that's good. It's a little more coppery than rose goldy, but I think that'll be okay. And then I think I'm gonna use, I think I might use that with this one. All we can do is try. If we don't like it, we'll recut. So I'm gonna cut 2 of these per card. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room. I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine and I am gonna use my precision base plate. Just because the lines are super fine. You'll see they're crazy fine. So I'm using my Sizzix Big Shot machine with my precision base plate, which means my sandwich would be my solo shim. I really need a new machine. This one is as old as hills. I need a new one. This one's so loved. So my base plate, my solo shim, which has been trimmed with scissors because well, don't ask. Normally I would do 2 cut plates. If I was cutting something that wasn't intricate, I would put a cut plate down, I'd put my paper, I'd put my die, and then I'd put my do not cut plate over the top, which is just a plate that you try not to cut into. So I always pick something that, this was a ruby red glitter plate at one time and it looked absolutely beautiful. I always try to find something that's not a clear plate. Use one of the Sizzix colored plates or one of their glittered plates so you remember which is your do not cut. But because those little guys are intricate, I am gonna use my precision base plate. Now, can you get this through a Sidekick machine? Yes, yes you can. And the pressure there might be enough to go through without any problem. I just know that my machine is a little bit loved and is a little bit loosey-goosey. The older your machine gets, the looser the tension is, the looser the pressure becomes. And that's just due to how much I use my machine. So I think I've had this one, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years it's been. And it's still going. So I didn't do a rotate. We'll see how well I cut without doing a rotate. It looks like it's pretty good. Okay, can you see how thin those lines are? They are holy smokes artichokes thin. And that is why I used my precision base plate. It's just easier to use it and roll it through than not use it and have to start all over again. So precision base plate is sold by Sizzix. It's meant for the big shot, big kick machines. You may eventually have to use it with a plus machine over time. You will need it potentially for your switch machine. And my second one. Now, you may be saying, why did you do 2? Because I have options. I want options. I want to make sure I get what I want, and I'm not 100% sure what I want yet. So it's better for me just to have 2. Holy smokes. Artichokes. Okay, so now I'm going to do it in the other color of opulence. So I've got these 2 ready to go. I'm going to put them right there so I don't lose them. So when I ask for them, you're going to tell me where I put them. I'm going to cut the same thing and do it in this color in the rose gold. So a wash, rinse, and repeat. Put it in, send it through, bring it back. Pop it out. Ooh. One done. Pop out my little negative fallout pieces and do it again, and that'll give me 2 of each, which will give me the option to do whatever it is I want to do. So yes, these will go through, this small one will absolutely go through a Sidekick machine. It'll go through a Vagabond or a Platinum 6, a Gemini. These are wafer style dies. That will go through just about any die cutting machine. Okay, I got them both out. I didn't tear. It cut beautifully. It's just they are super fine. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna straighten this up just a little bit. And now I can take one and put it there and put something here. I have the option of taking two and putting it there and having it in the center. I can put it down here. Having two lets you decide where you want to put it, unless you just want one going across. Let's see, maybe I do this one in one. Let's see if I need to straighten this up at all. That looks pretty good. Okay, maybe I do two on this one. And one over here. So what am I going to want to put in there? Well, let's see. I've got the extra dies. So I think I'm going to cut myself a bigger mat to go right there. And maybe I do that in the exact same color. So I just need a little tiny piece. This one I probably don't need a precision base plate for, but I'm just going to roll it since it's there. And this is a super fast and simple roll. 1, 2, so I have to decide if I want that little there. I guess not, because I need it to fit. So I can pull this back just a little bit, and I will put this one on top. And then what am I going to put in the middle of that? What am I going to put in the middle of here? I will take my next size mat here, and let's see what I decide. So I need something with a little bit of blue in it. And I think I like my little bird. Or do I like my little flowers? I think I like my little bird. So I understand that I'm going to cut this whole thing just to get this little bird. That's all I want. So I'm giving up the rest of this to be sure that's, you know, to be sure that's what I want. I'll make sure I don't want flowers. Do I want flowers? I could want flowers. No, I'm gonna go with the bird. But being that this is literally $1.25. So we're selling all three of them together for $3.75. It's okay to just use a portion of it. Because I don't think that there's anything bluey enough in here. No, I'm going to stick with what I got. I'm a think long, think wrong kind of girl. So I'm going to push this over here for now, bring my machine back over, decide where I want my little birdie kind of right there. Send them on through, easy peasy roll. 1, 2, and back. I've cut my little birdie out. So cute. Don't want to lose my die. So I can go here and here and here. Maybe have this come over a little bit more. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tape this down. Don't wanna lose those because I'm doing those next. So a little bit of tape, just so I can take my big dot and put it onto my little dot, just so I have a little more surface space. And then I'm gonna take my birdie and put him right in the center. And for that, I think I will use my sticky dots just to make it easy. Sticky dots are a Scrapbooking Made Simple, Simply Defined product. You have 10 sheets of sticky dots. Each sticky dot sheet has hundreds and thousands of little micro dots. I can put this right down on it, give a press, peel it up, and where the paper was, those dots are going to transfer. Let's see if I can get can you see all those sticky dots? No goobers. We don't do goobers. If you have kids, you know what a goober is, or if you have a Xyron machine, you know what a goober is. Okay, there. Then I have to decide where I want it here. So I'm going to do this whole thing in sticky dots and just lay it right on down. Sticky dots go from edge to edge, and wherever there is no paper, those sticky dots are going to stay. So I'll be able to use them later. Good press. Peel it up. Put him down, and then I'm just going to trim. I'm just going to trim that off. And it does, it looks like you've wrapped twine. Now I could come in and put this underneath over here so it looks like the twine goes all the way. It looks like you've wrapped in twine. Up to me if I so choose to do that. See if I can get it under there. And get it a little bit shorter. There, now it looks like the twine goes all the way around. And then I can mat this. I want just a little bit of black and then come back with that color again. Ooh, I do think I do. So let's finish this one and then we'll do the other and then we will move on. These are so simple to do and it's all using those toppers as your foundation. Those stencils are easy peasy. The Marianne dies are easy peasy. And then the next die we move to is magic. The next die we move to after I do the next card is beautiful. So you can see with Stacy tape, I just tear it. I don't have to cut it. Peel off my liner. Line it on up. I just want a little bit of a black mat, not too much. I think I'm going to take that top one off too and just have, maybe I move it to here. There we go. Just because it was too wide, so I narrowed it. I took the one that was up way up here. I just narrowed it. That way it looks like that twine goes all the way around. Now I'm going to fussy cut. I know you would get your trimmer out, but I'm a girl who struggles in a trimmer. And I've been fussy cutting for so long now. And I just don't know any different. So there we are. So far, so good. And then let's finish with the opulent. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this. Look at how cute is he. I'm glad I went with the birdie. You all were right. I know you were saying birdie. Just go for the birdie. You would do a better job of taping down than I am. I just want to get it down so I can show you. Okay. Trim this side just a little bit. This was so simple. Everything you need comes with this die. What makes it look like the twine, all the nesting pieces, everything comes with it. Let's do the other one because then I'm going to do the 2. So I have here and here. And I think I'm just going to put it right in the center. So I'm going to grab my sticky dots. And put them both down. Make sure that there's no sticky dots on the other side. Sometimes from heat and pressure, sometimes you get a few sticky dots on the other side. You just rub them right on off. Then put it down. So now I'm going to do this one, kind of in the center. That's too far in one. There we go. Let's try there. So I'm not going to press it all the way down until I decide that I'm happy with where I'm at. That way I can move them a little bit. And I'm going to put this dot right on top of that dot. Just right on top of it. I think it's a little too far. I'm going to go for it. Press it in place and then cut off the sides. Zoop. And zoop. And now what do I want to do for that center dot? And what am I going to cut? I think this one is lovely right there. I think I'm going to cut that. Now I could do a big one. But I don't think I'd like this on there. I think it's too big. So I think I'm going to keep with that. Do the same color, just like I did before, and do the big frame, just like I did before. Bring it on over. Do a very quick cut. It would not need my precision base plate, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna leave it because I'm just gonna roll it through super fast. Zoop and zoop. Bing, bang, boom, done. I'm gonna put that on top of there. And then I'm gonna come over and grab the next size down in the nesting. I could even go one more down because they give you 3. think I'm going to cut that. Put it down. Line it up. I acknowledge that I'm not going to use this, but it's $1.25 a sheet. We're only selling it as the bundle. You get one of each sheet for $3.75. I learned my lesson last time. I ordered a bajillion. I got a lot of these. Oh, I think that that's so pretty. Okay, let's get it down. So I'm going to use my sticky dots to do this and to do that. Give a good press. Pull up. Give a good press. Pull up. A little bit of black just to, and the black I use just because I like how it kind of weights it down, kind of really focuses your eye in on the design. So that's really why I choose to go with black, but you could use any color. I just like how it really makes your eye look at the center. I love the blendability of my inks. I love that they're water reactive. I love that I can emboss with them. I did a whole YouTube showing how to do the embossing. My cuts are not perfect. They're not intended to be perfect. They're intended to be homemade. And then do we want to go with the glitter? I think it might be too pink. Yeah, that's kind of blah. This looks way better. Yes, much better. So the masks from Studio Light are one and done. So when we're sold out, we're sold out. They are very useful. The toppers we're not done with. Because when we move, after I finish this one and we move to our next thing, well, we're going to be using the toppers again. So pretty. Look at how easy those were. Look at how effective. 2 colors of ink. That lighter tone and the darker red, same color. It's Red Delicious. 2 colors of ink. The lighter blue and the darker blue are Admiral Blue, and then Teal Deal, and this is, if you can believe, Yellow Curry. But because I left the red on the stencil, it blended into a sweet little orangey. Kind of almost like an apricot. Done. Moving on. Okay. Let's pull out this little beauty here, this little gem of happiness here. And I'm going to cut it. Just so you can see it. This little gem of happiness. Now, definitely precision base plate, without question. And it does have a stitched edge around the outside and around the circle. So let's grab, I think I'll grab maybe the satiny paper. And let's try them out of the satiny paper first. So this die is nothing but stunning. It is by Marianne. I have what I have, and when they're gone, they're gone. All right, I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine. I've got my precision base plate. I have to keep using it. This is a far more intricate die than anything we've been using thus far. I'm gonna put it on I've got my base platform, I've got my solo shim, I've got my precision base plate with the metal facing up. If you are about to use your precision base plate and you can read the directions on how to use it, I need you to stop. I need that metal facing up. I need the paper facing you, the die down, and then because this is a rectangular die and has a straight edge, I'm going to rotate it just a little bit so that it hits the roller and feeds down, as opposed to the roller trying to grab this entire edge on both sides all at the same time. You'll get a big old kathump with that. So then I'm gonna send it on through. And then I'm gonna do a rotate. and bring it on back. And then I'm gonna look at it to make sure it cut. Oh, that looks so good. Look at how great that cut. I'm gonna save this for something. I have no idea what. Don't need the frame, although you may want to keep that and use that as a frame. Who am I to say not to? Okay, tell me that this is not beautiful. Right? Tell me that is not absolutely gorgeous. Now, pop all my little pieces out. And I'm going to cut it out of the other satin as well, just so I have two to play with. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And let's see, okay, over and under, do I get it in? Do I get it in? The trash can. There we go. Oh, not bad. Not bad. I did a good job. Mr. SMS will be pleasantly surprised. Shocked, more like it. All right, so there's one. And then I think I'm going to do this one as well. Now, I didn't get all the itty bitsy pieces out, but it's going to cut just fine. Okay, let's send it on through. And let's see what we get. I didn't rotate it. I sent it front back, but it cut beautifully and I didn't rotate it. Look at that. All right. I'm gonna keep that. I'm not sure for what, but I'm keeping it. Okay, so now I have the two of them out of the opulent paper. They're so pretty. Now I'm gonna bring these over. So these are the 3 sheets that I have for you, and I've started to cut into them. And if you have a circular die cut, absolutely. But if you don't, you can always use the center of this. And what's nice is that even the squares can be cut by the circles. So that's one of the squares. Now the squares are simple to cut because, well, they're squares. The circles, however, a little more difficult. But if you have this die, you can cut your circle. Do I want that one? Do I want that one? I think I might use this one for this. So I think I'm gonna cut this one. I think I might use these two. One square, one circle, but I'm going to make them both circles by using the die, the base die, for my entire card. All I have to do is get them out and then line up what I want to see. I'm going to cut that out. Yes, I've got stuff all in there. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not trying to get the whole die out. I'm just trying for it to cut that perfect circle. That's all I care about is this circle. Because then I know it fits exactly where I need it to fit. I think that's close enough. Send it on through. Bring it on back. And it's cut the perfect circle, which then fits behind there perfectly, which then fits on top of here beautifully. Isn't that lovely? So let's finish. Let's do the next one. And then we'll build those cards. So, gosh, I think I want that one with this one because it has those colors in it. And I think I'm going to do this one, which is a circle. So let me pop out some of this just so you can see. Okay, so I need to cut that circle out, and I could fussy cut it, absolutely, because obviously if I put it through, you're going to be able to see all that paper. So I could fussy cut that circle out, but if I've got this die, why? Why not just let the die do the work for me? Maybe you don't have a circle that's the exact size. You don't need it, you got the die. Okay, I'm not gonna go back. I didn't put my die in on the diagonal and I got a ka-thump. So now I've got this one for here and this one for here. And maybe I want to take a sheet of white paper. And let's cut that die again out of the white. I don't want to lose these. Let's cut the die out of the white. I think I will back one in white and I will leave the other one plain so you can see what happens if you shadow it. Okay, pretty clean. Good enough for me. Bring over my machine. This time put my die on the angle so I don't get that ka-thump. Doesn't have to be much. Just has to be slightly on an angle. Send it on through. And last time I just went forward and back. You think I can do it again? Turn it over. That looks like a great cut. I have this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm saving them all. Nowhere even close to the trash can. Okay. So maybe I back this one. So to get it done, so that I have a little bit of a shadow, see that white shadow? I just need to cut a little bit off all my edges, just a little bit, because I'm going to put my die slightly askew. I just need to cut off a little bit of this, just to make it a little bit smaller. That way when I move it off to a side to get that shadow, I want to be sure that the white isn't coming off out the side. See a little bit right there? I would need to trim that off just a little bit. Let's see what I want it to look like. I want it to be just a little bit, that actually looks really good. Well, let's get it glued down so that way I can hold it for you and see. So I'm going to bring over my sticky dots. And I'm going to do my sticky dots on my beautiful opulent paper. and give a good press, because I want to transfer all those dots. And then anywhere you don't see paper, like this big hole right here, this big opening, the sticky dots are going to stay right there and I can use them later on. Sticky dots are a game changer for most people, especially if you are doing intricate dies. No more wet glue. Okay, so now I'm going to bring over my white and I'm going to start to line it up slightly off center to where I'm happy. So I just want a slight shadow. So I think that might be almost, well, that looks pretty good. I think that's too much. So I haven't cemented my sticky dots down yet, so I have an opportunity to move things around. Sticky dots are repositionable until they're not. See, that's actually right on top, so that's not going to work. I think this is going to be it. So I've got that slight white shadow. Then let's bring over my sticky dots again, and we're gonna sticky dot the whole thing. Okay, where did I put my little toppers? Oh, right here, okay. Whew. And now I can bring over my black paper and I'm just gonna kind of figure out where this needs to be. So I think if I put it there, that would leave me enough space. So I'm going to put that down. All right, well, let's eyeball it and see how close I come. Somewhere in that vicinity. And somewhere in that vicinity. And then I can take it and trim it out. And I might leave just a little bit of the black mat around it, because that's me. Just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, so we're getting there. And then I think the last thing I do is I grab that opulent, I grab that charcoal, and I've got all 5 of those beautiful finishes. And let's put it down. So charcoal's the closest thing they come to black so far. Ellison Sizzix has maybe 7 or 8 different packs of opulent, and charcoal would be the darkest by far. A little bit of Stacy tape on the back. And look at me. So between the stencils and the dies and the super inexpensive, well, the stencils are very inexpensive too, and the dies actually aren't so bad, but the toppers are crazy. Ooh, what do we think? Are we wahoo kachoo? Yay, let's do the other one. Let's finish it up. And this time I'm not going to put a white backing on it. Tape. This one I'm just gonna leave alone. Okay, let's take some sticky dots. So one of them I did a beautiful white off-center shadow, and this one I'm gonna leave just as is so you can see the difference. Now there's other dies that I'm not going to get to show you, but we have beautiful samples of them. The florals are stunning. Talk about easy peasy putting down an intricate die, right? I'm just going to trim this on out. I'm going to leave a little bit of the black. And then, oh, isn't that lovely? And then let's just grab, is that what I like? Or is, no, I think I'm going to stick with the glitter. All right, so what do we think of Marianne product? International. I can't get it all the time. Sometimes they sell out of it so fast that I can't get my order in time. It happens to the best of us. I feel ya. Just a little off the top. They are beautiful. They're beautiful. With the white as the shadow, with no shadow. But remember, we started way back here when all I did was use the stencil just to make what looks like a faux mat. But then I took those stencils from Studio Light and we made them way more than what they were originally intended for. And I used my Stacy Park Jacquard dye-based inks to do all the coloring. I only used 2 colors per because that lighter pink and that red came from Red Delish, and this was yellow, but because I left the red on my stencil, it turned it into a lovely apricot orange. Here the two lighter, the light blue and the dark blue are from Admiral Blue, and then the teal is from Teal Deal. I used the Marianne die to give that look of the twine going all the way around. Here I doubled it. Here I just used a single and I cut it off and then tucked the extra back in on this side so it has that continuous look. Love them. And then I went in with Marianne's dies, and this is just a beautiful die. And again, use those toppers, which are so inexpensive, and gave you a completely different look. I love their product. I wish I could get more of it. It's kind of like Hunky Dory for me, where it's limited. I can only get what I can get, and I buy as much of it as I can. So that is what we worked on today. We played with the stencil and stamp tool, and because I was moving my stencils around, I just cemented my paper down with my sticky grid and moved my stencils where I needed them. I didn't use the alignment tool. I didn't need to use the alignment tool, but if you want to learn about the alignment tool, then I recommend you visit our YouTube channel and look for the do's and don'ts of the Sizzix stencil and stamp platform. It will give you everything you need to know on how to use this tool in a multitude of different ways, from all over stenciling to layering stenciling to single stenciling. Really gives you everything you need, and then shows you how to use it as a stamp platform too. So this will be back on sale. All of my dye-based jacquard inks and re-inkers will be on sale, and there is 12 colors. Are these like something different and new than everybody else's? No, I mean the color palette is mine. The fact that they are water reactive, dye-based, and yet if you watch the YouTube, you'll see that I was able to do some embossing with them. These are the first 12 colors. More colors to follow. Okay, here they all are. Oh my goodness, more colors to follow, but these will be on sale. We put the brushes on sale, blending brushes, and the mat from Woodware. So you have the blending mat. It's $4.40 when it's on sale. It's a great price. We'll do the extra sticky grid, and although your stencil and stamp tool comes with the adapters and will be shipped directly from Sizzix, and there is no free shipping on it, I have more adapters should you need them. And then the product that is from Studio Light and Marianne. I have the 3 masks on an I Want It All. They are so useful. They are so handy, and they really do a lovely job. Then I have a die where we have so few. This is a slimline. The the little toppers fit behind the slimline. All of them will fit behind the slimline, and then it has this great little border edge. So this is a beautiful die, and if you have any of the toppers, you're going to find that this is going to come in handy because they window and fit right behind there. It's very, very cool. Then I have the dies that are part of the I Want It All bundle, including the one I used today. I have 2 stunning florals. I have a scallop and dotty frame. So you've got scallop, then you've got a dotty edge, and then another cut edge, and then a scallop, and then a dotty edge, and then a cut edge. And I have the twine. So these are all on an I Want It All, and when they are gone, they are gone. I do not have a tremendous amount of them, and the one I have the least of is this one. Then we have the 3 sheets from Marianne that again will fit in everything I showed you, plus that slimline. We are selling these as an I Want It All only. You get all 3 of them for $3.75. And we'll be backing it on a piece of chipboard. So when they come to you, they will still be flat, ideally. I hope so. So that's everything that's on sale. The sale has already begun. Let me take you through some of the samples. I showed you this one in the beginning. So pretty. And this one was done by honorary SMS girl Patty. It's beautiful. And then this one was done by honorary SMS girl Yvette. And again, she used this mask to get that background. Beautiful, right? And then she used the flowers from Marianne. And then this here, isn't this just lovely? This one's by Claire. Hello, Claire. I love it. It's beautiful. And then they used the edge around that slim line. So they took the edge, cut the whole thing because it's all connected. Well, the edge is all connected. It's separate from the slim line. And then cropped it down to make an edge around their 6x6 card. They did their stenciling. They've got a few of the little toppers in there, a stamped sentiment. And look at this with just the circles. They're so beautiful. Honorary SMS girl Yvette did this one. This looks like Claire, and it is. I knew it the minute I saw it. I knew it looked like Claire. It's beautiful. Whoop. Look at how pretty with the, looks like the twine going around. She used the little hearts as accents because it comes with the die. You've got opulent paper happening there. I'm gonna guess this is Patty because it has flakes. And Patty used the little circles. Oh, Patty and Claire. Okay, it was a combined joint effort on this one. Here we have honorary SMS girl Katie, and she made the flowers. Are those flowers stunning? And she just did it out of pattern paper, no ink. It's beautiful. We have honorary SMS girl Zoe making her debut. Zoe is here working part-time and she's making her sample debut. Everybody, welcome Zoe to the mix. And here we have Catherine. Now Catherine took the square stencil and she made the boxes by inking. I wasn't here, I didn't see how she did it, but she took the square stencil that I used and she was able to layer it to make the boxes. Wow, right? I mean, that's crazy. Here we have Mary, and Mary did the background, and then the flowers are, so the background is the Studio Light stencil, the florals are from Marianne. And just look at how pretty is this. This one's Katie. Look at how beautiful that is inside the oval. And she took the oval and split it so that you have a little bit of a metallic paper, a border. Look at how beautiful is this. Oh, and then this one is gorgeous too. And this is Zoe. Zoe, well done. This is absolutely beautiful. Love that she's got the glitter paper behind it. This brown feels almost like a satin. She's got the opulent rose gold behind it. Look at how lovely is that. So that's Zoe. And here we have Yvette. Again, one of the florals from Marianne. Not done yet. This is gorgeous, Mary. Holy smokes, artichokes. So she filled it back in and put the heart. Wow. So this piece right here is the little piece I kept popping out saying, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to do something with it. Mary did. She filled it in and then took the leftovers from this and die cut it smaller and then put the heart in there. Mary, this is stunning. Not yet. Getting there. Not yet. Here we have got the florals from Marianne. Here we have one of the slim lines, and you can see how those fit right behind perfectly. You've got the edge. Now the edge it's a whole separate die all unto itself. But do you see how beautiful those windows are? And here we've got a 6x6 using different, so smaller, larger, and then the full size. Really nice. Lovely, everybody. And then look at this one. She just used the stencil stripe. Then this is Claire. She went side to side with the twine, did the heart in the center that it comes with. And never give up. This is Catherine. And she took the ink and inked on top with the stencil. And then inked the little circles and filled them with the little bling. That's Catherine. And then another slim line. This is Yvette. Oh, Yvette. Oh, Yvette. This is beautiful. Again, the windows showing you how to take those $1.25, $3.75 for all three of them and use them beautifully. Here's that stencil, the mat again. This is Patty. Oh, Patty, I love it. That's not your normal color choices. I think I like it. So Patty used the Studio Light stencil and then the toppers. And then here, look at the flowers. This is from Claire. These are part of the Marianne flowers. And you've got the scallop going on from the frame. Wow, wow, wow. And then Catherine. Catherine made a book. Here's your twine. That's not real twine. That's the dye. That looks like twine. And then she made the book. Right? The twine looks perfect there. And last but not least, I have a layout for you. Where we've got ready for 3 pictures. You've got your slimline going on. You've got dies here from the scallop. Ready to go. Your little squares. I mean, this is just perfect. These squares came out of this. Just perfect. Happy birthday. What a darling layout. And then, of course, the simple but oh so elegant cards that I made today. That you can do too. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy. Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying, we did it. I stayed awake. I'm tired. I feel my eyes wanting to close. Jet lag is a real thing. And I don't sleep in tomorrow because, well, tomorrow I'll be up live chatting with all of you. Hello, all of you. And hopefully I showed you something fabulous, or maybe a tip or a trick that you didn't know before. Maybe Marianne, you'd never heard of them before, and now you love them. They are international, so I only get to bring them in so many times a year when we can afford to do it, but I'm so happy to have them here. And then those stencils from Studio Light, they work so perfectly with the Marianne product. With those sheets, I could not believe it was like two peas in a pod. Like the companies talk to each other, they put it all together, and yet they didn't. But they work so well. So I hope you had a great time today. If you joined us during the premiere, I hope you did a little bit of live chatting and said hello, hello. And if you missed the premiere, join me every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom for our full-length, technique-based, commercial-free class. On Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will find me live chatting away at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am Stacy, and this is Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying thank you for being here. I value and appreciate each and every one of you. You are my friends, you are my family, and I love spending this time with you. Until Monday, bye everybody.